So today, I'm going to be showing you how you can migrate data from OneDrive into Google Drive. So essentially moving data from Microsoft 365 into the Google Workspace platform. Now this video is part of a series that I'm creating on how you can migrate data from Microsoft 365 into Google Workspace. And I have already made a video on how you can migrate email, contacts and calendars into Google Workspace's email platform. If you haven't seen that already, you can click on the pop-out link just up here, or you can click on the links down in the description box down below. Now, before we do go ahead, quick introduction. My name is Matthew from Matthew's Tech Hub. Welcome back to the video, everyone. Hope you're doing well. So without further ado, let's roll that intro and jump straight into the video. Okay, so as you can see, we're now back on the Windows 11 desktop. Now, the first thing is you're going to have to jump into your admin centers. Now, this is both for Google Workspace and also Microsoft 365. Now, in terms of getting to those, obviously you can just go to admin.microsoft.com and then sign in with the admin account that you've got. And again, it'll be the same for Google Workspace. Now, again, I have actually set up a demo account. So this is a demo Microsoft 365 environment, but it has all the users and accounts data in there to show today's demo. However, the Google Workspace is just a brand new tenant that I've set up with a couple of demo users. But obviously, for you guys that are doing this for live environments, the process is exactly the same. Now, the first thing that we need to do is we need to jump into Google Admin Center, go down to Data on the left-hand side, Data Import and Export, and then go into Data Migration bracket New. This will now take you into the Google's new migration platform, which again has a set of features so you can migrate things from such, for example, like emails, OneDrive, SharePoint Online, and Teams. Now, obviously, I've already shown how to do Exchange Online. So the next video, which is today, is going to be showing you how to migrate OneDrive data into Google Drive. Straight away, click on the OneDrive option just right here. And you can then just click on Migrate. If there is any information that you want to read about what I may not have covered in this video, you can always just click on this Learn More button here, and that'll take you straight over to Google's support platform. Now, clicking on Migrate, this will now bring you through the steps of connecting up to your Microsoft OneDrive tenant. Now, starting off on this page, you'll see that it's already given you a couple of steps, obviously step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. So the first thing is that we need to actually connect Google to our Microsoft 365 tenant. And you can do that just by clicking on this Connect to Microsoft OneDrive button here. Now, once you click on this, this will then bring up a pop-up window asking you to sign in to Microsoft. Now, before we do go ahead, just to confirm that you do need a global administrator account to do this. If you don't, this migration will not work. So please make sure that you have got a global administrative account with that role specifically in Microsoft 365 before proceeding. Now, once you've done that, you can just click on here just to sign in. Obviously, as you can see, I am already signed in, hence why it's giving me this option, but you just need to enter your email address and your password, and then also verify if needed. Now, this is the permission step, so it's going to ask you just to basically grant Google permissions in order to read the data. Obviously, you can check on what permissions Google is getting access to just by reading all this down here. But once you're happy, just click on accept down at the very bottom. Now, once you've clicked on accept, this will just take a minute or so just to quickly connect through, and then this will then change, and you'll see in a moment, it will then say connected on the right hand side, and then it will show that your tenant name is on the left hand side here. Now again, just to clarify, I am using a demo Microsoft tenant, hence why it's called Contoso. But again, just make sure that you do see it says right here connected. If it doesn't, just click on the option again and then try connecting. Sometimes I have had it where I've had to click on the button 1 or 2 times and obviously verify, but eventually it does go through. Now, the second step is that we need to set the migration scope. So this is now basically where you're going to be selecting or putting a list of users into an Excel spreadsheet as to what users you want to migrate into Google Drive. So what I normally do is I download the sample CSV file. And if I then just open up that file in Microsoft Excel, and if we just then expand this tab over here, you'll see that you've got a titled row of source OneDrive user. So this is the list of OneDrive users that you're going to be migrating into Google Drive. So again, you want to put all of the users' email addresses that you are migrating from Microsoft 365. So let me explain. So if I now jump back into my admin center in Microsoft 365, go into users and then active users. Now, the users I'm going to be migrating are these 3 here. So I'm going to be migrating Adele, Alex, and Alan. So you'll see that their username is these long email addresses here. So it's got their first name at thedomainname.com. So I'm going to actually start off with Adele. So if we open up Adele's user here, this will bring out the pop-out tab on the right-hand side. I'm going to copy her email address like this. Now, once her email address is in there, again, you'll now need to repeat and do the same process for the next list of users. Now, If you are migrating quite a large amount of users, obviously I presume you would most likely have a big list of users already, so you can just take a big copy of that and then paste them all into here. And just make sure that it doesn't go over 1,000 users, as I believe that is the maximum that you can migrate in one batch. So I'm now going to copy the other 2 users, and I'll be back with you guys in just a sec. Now, once you've added these users into the list in the Excel file, you can now just go ahead and save that file anywhere on your PC. And then if we just jump back into the Google migration wizard right here, we can now click on this upload CSV. And we now need to just go locate that CSV file, which was this one here, the second copy. If I then open that, Google will then just quickly have a read of that file and just make sure that it can read those users correctly. Now, before uploading as well, just make sure that all of your usernames and email addresses are correct. Otherwise, this may cause issues during the migration. Now, once Google has read the file and confirmed that everything's okay, you'll see in the top right corner, it will say your tasks and in progress. And you can see now it says all rows uploaded for the migration maps. And we've got a big tick here. And again, you can also expand the hide details, and it will show you here that 3 rows have been successfully uploaded. So perfect, Google can now see those users. Now the next step is step 3, which is now where we need to map the source and the target users. So by source, again, it's pretty much the same as before. So the source will be the emails of the addresses in Microsoft 365, and the destinations will be the email addresses of the users in Google Workspace itself. Now, at this point, if you haven't already, just please also make sure that you have the accounts already set up in Google Workspace. So again, you might want to do this in a new tab so you don't lose your progress. But if you just open up the directory tab, jump into users, and then just open it up in the new tab here, then again, you just want to go through and set up these new user accounts that you're going to be migrating the data into. So just make sure you've got those addresses already set up, which as you can see here, I've already got 3 accounts for Alan, Alex, and Adele. And again, it's just using my temporary domain, which is just magicmails.org. Now, once you've done that, you can jump back to step 3. And if we then just download the sample CSV file again, and this time is called Identity Maps Sample. And again, once we open up this file, you'll see that we've got source email and destination email. So again, the source is going to be the email address that's in Microsoft 365, and then the destination email is going to be the email address that you've got set up in Google Workspace. So let me explain. So here is my filled out Excel file with the migration maps that I'm going to be completing. So as you can see, I've got the email address from Microsoft 365 and then the email address of the user in Google Workspace. And again, you'll need to do this for all of your list of users again. But if you are migrating quite a few users at this time, then it might take a bit of time. But again, hopefully shouldn't take too long, especially if you've got these lists already. Now, once you've done that, again, just save the file and then come out of that file now. And if we then jump back into our Google Workspace tenant right here, as you can see, we can now upload the CSV. So we now click on this, and we're then going to upload that file that we've just filled out, upload it to Google, and then just give Google a minute or so just to process that file, just so they can make sure those maps are all correct. Now you'll confirm again just by seeing that you've got a check mark here, and in the top right corner, it will update saying all rows uploaded for identity mappings. And again, you can check on the details by clicking on see details just right there. Now the next step is step 4, which is the actual migration settings for itself. So if we click on edit on the right here, now there's a couple of questions here just to confirm again exactly what you want to do. Now the first option that you can see here is we've got unmapped identities, and we've got a couple of options which again we can tick and uncheck this one here. And this says copy accounts that aren't included in the map that are discovered during the migration. And obviously you can either choose to keep the source domain or select a different domain for the migration. Now, in simple terms, this relates to user permissions on files. So for example, when you migrate from OneDrive to Google Drive, the tool looks at who has access to each file, not just the owner, but also anyone it has been shared with. Ideally, you map all users from Microsoft 365 to Google accounts before starting the migration, but in reality, there are often users that don't get mapped. For example, old employees, external contacts, or accounts that no longer exist. Now, this is basically what Google calls unmapped identities. Now, if you do decide to enable this option, the migration will try to carry over those permissions where possible. So basically, the sharing of any current folders or files stay intact. However, if you decide to disable it, those users are simply ignored and any permissions tied to them are removed. So again, just make sure that you select the right choice here. Now, because I haven't got any files shared, I won't be actually enabling this. I just purely wanted to copy the user's files only and not any sharing permissions. Now, the next option is date range. So this is basically where you can set how far back you want the migration to pull files from. So for example, if I selected this, I can basically get it to migrate data, say starting from maybe let's just say we want to migrate, I don't know, within a year. We can go back to January 2025. So if we go back to January, select on the 1st, now it'll only migrate data from January 2025 up to today's current date. However, if you want to migrate absolutely everything, which I'm sure most of you probably will want to do that, then again, you can just untick this here. Now, the next option is exclude specific file formats. So again, you can specifically exclude files based on their file type. So that's PDF, docx, PNG, JPEGs, etc. So again, you just put in the file type, followed with a comma and a space, and then again, the migration tool will skip any files with those extensions. And then again, the next option here is exclude files larger than. So if you don't want to copy over, say, for example, very large video files or folders that have large amounts of images, again, you can specify which sort of files larger. So say if you've got a folder larger than 1 gig, it won't migrate anything larger than 1 gigabyte or 10 gigabytes, as you can see here. And once that's done, the next button now is the start migration. Again, before you do hit start, maybe just have a quick read just to make sure everything is correct. And again, you can also see your migration settings that you've set here, and it shows you everything that you've set just right here in this box on step 4. Then once you've done that, just hit on the start migration just right here, and then Google will now begin processing that migration from OneDrive into Google Drive based on the users that you've set in those migration mapping files earlier. Now, this is now the live preview of the migration running. So you can see on the right hand side now, it has already discovered 11 files. And again, this updates every 10 seconds. So depending on the amount of files that you're trying to move over, it may take a bit of time. But again, sometimes most migrations I've done, they have gone through fairly quickly. Now, as you can see here, that a user has actually failed, or one file has failed. So again, I'll show you in a moment on how we can check to see what file that is. You may have some files that might not migrate over. Sometimes they do happen. It's just the file could be corrupted, or it could be a file that isn't supported for the migration. But again, I'll show you on how to do that in just a moment. So I'm going to let this migration run through because these users don't have a large amount of data. And then once it's done, I'll come back to you in just a sec. So the migration is now completed. As you can see, it says migrate and it's got complete right at the very top. And again, you can see the overall view of everything that has been migrated. So for today's migration, it's migrated 90 files. However, sadly, 2 files have failed. Now, if you are in a situation where you have got files that have failed, sometimes the best option is just to run the Delta migration. That will then just rerun the migration for the files that have failed and copy them over. But if you find that they are still failing, then what you can do is you can click on this export migration logs down here, and it will then appear in the top right-hand corner under the Your Tasks section. Now, once it's up there, just click on where it says Open in Google Sheets, just like this, and then this will then show you the migration report. And again, you can go through this report and it will tell you exactly what the reason was to why it failed and the reason why Google sadly couldn't pull that file through. Now, for some files, if they aren't supporting the migration, then you may need to either use another tool or even maybe just go copy the file. If you're only dealing with a couple of users, you're probably best just to copy the files directly and then just move them into their drive manually. Now, once you have migrated everything over and you're happy that everything is all complete, you can just click on the Exit Migration just right here. So click on this, click on Exit Migration, and then that'll be it. And you can now then go ask your users, or even if you have access to the accounts yourself, you can go log into the accounts and then just check on the data just to make sure it's there. However, like I said, as long as that migration has gone through, then the data will have been pulled over and mapped into those correct users. Hopefully you guys found that video helpful anyway. If you did, please smash that like button to get this video into the YouTube algorithm. Please also hit the subscribe button to help continue supporting my channel, and also please leave your comments and feedback down in the comment section down below. But as always guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye for now.